Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're going a little specialized.
Very specialized. We're talking about a piece of hardware that most people will probably never see.
Exactly. The NTI E-SDS-TAA-V2 smoke detector. And, that name alone tells you a lot.
It tells you this isn't for your house. This is mission-critical infrastructure designed for places like server cabinets.
And our mission here is to really unpack why it's so specific, why every single one of its specs matters.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to think about the context. We're talking highly regulated data centers, maybe governmental. You just can't tolerate failure.
Or false positives.
Or false positives, exactly. And that's where every part of this sensor's design, even that TAA compliance bit, really comes into play.
Right, so let's start with maybe the most obvious feature. The first thing that really jumps out is the dual detection,
It's a two-in-one approach. You've got your standard photoelectric smoke detection.
which is looking for, actual smoke particles in the air.
Right, but, and this is the crucial part, it's paired with a built-in fixed temperature thermal heat sensor.
And that's so important in a server rack, isn't it? I mean, heat can be a much faster, more catastrophic problem than a slow smolder.
Oh, absolutely. You need that redundancy to catch both types of emergency.
And they've even specified the temperature threshold. It's what, 135 degrees Fahrenheit?
135 degrees RF, yep, 57 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And that number is so deliberate.
Because it's not a normal house fire temperature. It's engineered to live in a hot environment without constantly crying wolf.
Precisely. It defines the danger zone for IT equipment specifically. So when either that heat threshold or the smoke sensor gets breached,
It sends a signal to the larger EnviroMUX system.
which then executes the pre-configured alerts. It's really the frontline environmental sentinel.
Okay, so that's the detection side. But for me, this is where it gets really interesting, the connectivity.
How it actually talks back to the main unit, yeah.
It connects using a standard RJ45 port, 85, CT6 cable, pretty standard stuff.
But the range is, well, it's not standard at all.
Not at all. 1,000 feet. I had to read that twice.
305 meters. I mean, if you think about that, that is just a huge distance for a sensor like this.
It's massive. It means you can place these things almost anywhere in a large facility without needing expensive signal boosters or anything like that.
And that's a huge capital expenditure saving. A really significant engineering choice.
Okay, but let's talk about power for a second. It draws power directly from the main EnviroMUX unit. Doesn't that sort of create a single point of failure? If the main unit loses power, all your sensors go dark too.
That's a pragmatic question, but you have to look at the power consumption. That's the key.
Okay.
In standby mode, it's sipping just 50 microamps. That's almost nothing.
So it's barely putting any strain on the main unit's UPS system if the facility power goes out.
It maximizes the monitoring runtime, but when an alarm actually triggers, it jumps to 20 milliamps.
Wow, that's a massive difference, a very clear signal.
A very clear, unambiguous signal.
So that efficiency really defines its operational integrity. But there's another piece to that integrity, and that's where it comes from.
The supply chain?
The supply chain. We see the current price is about $120. It's in stock. But we keep seeing that tag, TAA-compliant.
And for the kind of administrator using this, that's not just a preference, it's often a deal breaker.
A mandatory checkbox, right?
For federal contracts, absolutely. TAA, the Trade Agreements Act, it dictates where the product can be manufactured and sourced.
So for you, the administrator on a sensitive project, this guarantees that the hardware meets some very critical security laws.
Which is why you have this specialized purpose-built hardware in the first place.
So when you put it all together, it becomes pretty clear. This is so much more than a fire safety device.
Not even close.
It's a highly specialized, networked, compliant component that's built for reliable, long-range monitoring inside these really sensitive IT environments.
Absolutely. The entire system is defined by its integration.
Right.
And that actually brings up a final thought for you to chew on.
Yeah.
Given its reliance on that long-distance connectivity up to 1,000 feet, and its complete dependence on the EnviroMUX system for alerting what unique networking or configuration challenges might an admin face to ensure those mission-critical alerts get to them immediately with zero latency across that huge distance. That integration is the next hurdle.